Okay, so the next card is also ocean themed, except that I wanted to add another pattern into this card, and so I decided to add in this black and white. Now technically the back side is hedgehogs, but we're doing the black and white side. Okay, so what we're going to do here is we're just going to line this up. So I've used this kind of fun octopus paper, which I think is really cool. And then we're going to lay this on. And so I've given you 3 little squares here, which you can kind of arrange however you would like. You can kind of arrange them like this. You can arrange them in kind of the diamond shape. If you want to put them to one side, you could do that. So you can kind of really be creative in how you want to put that together. Okay? All right. So what we're going to do before we do that, though, is we're going to wrap around our ribbon. So I'm going to use some double-sided tape here. Put it on the back side here, put on these little hedgehogs. I'm going to wrap around my light blue tape. So I always lay it out. It's a nice way to lay it out. You know, you can grab the middle here, stick it on. And then let's stick this on a little more tape here. And I'm going to lay that on my white piece of paper here, giving myself about a quarter of an inch border on all 3 sides. It's kind of hard to see because my background here is also white. So that's what we're going to do there with the blue paper kind of hanging off the edge. And now we're going to stick the octopus paper on, again, making sure that there's a nice even border going down the rest of it. I'm just realizing I did not get this quite straight. Luckily, I do have a moment to adjust that. There we go. Okay, so I'm going to stick on this paper. Now, if you like the wave paper on the back side better, of course you're welcome to do that side instead. So, I'm going to go ahead and lay this on. Now, you can make this card kind of go up and down, upright, which I think is probably what I'll do now. I was going to go this way, but I think I like this more. I'm deciding at the last moment. Oh, and I also needed to glue this on. So, before your glue dries, hopefully, just pull that little lip up here. Luckily that worked out. Didn't quite get enough tape on that. So we're going to wrap this around the front and stick it on the back side. So in order to do that, I need to stick adhesive on the back. Well, I'm going to use my glue. I'm going to get some adhesive here on the back side of the octopus paper. I'm going to take my blue here. Oh no, I'm sorry you guys. Stick this all the way down. I realized what I was going to do there. We're going to do this a little differently. Alright, it's going to be our little border strip here. That's what we're doing with this one. Sorry, I forgot. I know, bear with me. Alright, so we're going to use a little bit of glue here, just a tiny little bit. And we're going to go ahead and stick this down. And we're going to hope this doesn't stain it. So just need a tiny little bit of glue. And if you happen to have a really thin amount of double-sided tape, that would also work. A thin amount of glue will work. Alright, now we're going to go ahead and we're going to glue on our little squares, however you would like, while we wait for the dark blue strip there to dry. Sorry, that was like all over the place. I just was going to wrap that around, and then I had already glued it, and then I realized I was going to glue it on top. Oh my gosh, that was just very discombobulating. I even knew what my plan was. Alright, I'm going to take my pair of scissors right now and I'm going to trim off the edge of that dark blue paper. You'll probably notice I'm not using my normal super fun fine point scissors, which I love so much. I left them at the store. I'm at home right now, in case you're wondering. Okay, so now I'm going to go ahead and glue on my little, I'm totally going to use glue now. I'm going to go ahead and glue on my little squares here. So I always start with the one I'm going to do in the middle, and I've decided I'm going to do kind of this diamond kind of style. Whoops! I like to glue on the one in the middle first, that way you have an even amount top and bottom. And then I'm going to go ahead and do this guy, and this guy. Alright, so however you're going to have the orientation of your card, whatever the orientation of your card is going to be, you're going to go ahead and that's how you're going to tie your ribbon. Alright, so then that way your bow is going to be up, or your knot, or whatever you're going to do is going to be upright. Okay, alright, so I usually, when I wrap to a bow, then I'm by myself, I'll wrap under once and I'll go under a second time. Whoops. Okay. Then I'll twist the paper, so then that way that's not going to come undone right now while I tie my bow. So this is one way to do this. I'm actually going to do knots, so if you want to tie a bow, you can do that right now. But I'm going to tie a knot instead. So I'm just going to do, whoops, I should follow my own rules. Twist that, and then I'm going to tie a knot. Okay. All right, so that's going to be right there at the middle. All right, now one of these, I'm going to go to the next one, and I'm going to tie a knot around this other piece here. So I'm just going to take this little piece, and I'm just going to tie another little knot around that piece. Okay, I know it's a little kind of confusing, a little funky, but that's what we're going to do there. All right, this one, again, same thing. We're just going to take this, we're going to wrap underneath, and then we're just going to wrap around the little piece we just did and tie a knot. Okay. All right, so now you have 3 little knots that should end up, roughly in the same place as those little diamonds or squares. Mine are close enough. All right, now I'm going to trim my little tails and call it good. And you can kind of pull those apart a little bit if you kind of like the way that looks. They're kind of loopy. Or you can pull them tight if you like them more tight. Actually, they turn out pretty cool. So you can kind of see what I did there. So the knot here, the middle piece, the little tails that are left over from that, are what you're using to tie a little knot onto this other piece of ribbon here. And same with the other little tail there. You end up with 3 little knots. It looks kind of nautical-y, and then these little squares here are giving a little bit of a focal point on each of those. You have your dark blue ribbon here, which gives nice separation, and these little swirls, this kind of circly and the little circles of the eyes are tying in the little circles and the dots here on this pattern paper, and the circles here on your little diamonds. Kind of a fun card. I like how that turned out. All right, you guys, those are cards today. Have a fun day. Bye-bye.